So originally, outside of Runkin Pratt, the only other real job that I had back in the day out of college was at the Presbyterian Children's Home, which happens to be less than a mile from Oakwood. And I worked there for 6+ years. And I know when Vickie and I, even before I worked there, this is sort of ironic too, our very first date that we had, we went to, which it is now the Bella Vista Hotel, but we had a date in the restaurant there. And then I took her over to Linden Avenue, which is right outside of Oakwood, and we took a walk down the street. There's this great street there with street lights and beautiful trees, and it was just a very, I thought, romantic place to take you. And we took a walk down there, and was our very first date.
And you gave me your jacket, and that's how I knew I was cold, and you took off your jacket.
There you go. What a gentleman. But that was our first date. I mean, that's where it's at. And ultimately, my first job was right there. And then now we're back there with Oakwood. I mean, I drove by that every day going to work.
You're forgetting about the engagement that was there too.
That's probably the most important thing, is that when we got engaged, I had all of the kids. I probably had 60+ kids that were part of the home
that lived there. They were orphans.
They were foster care,
right?
And they helped make signs. And we probably spent 2 weeks making these signs, and they all were part of this thing. And so I took Vickie up in an airplane. My supervisor there was a pilot, and so we had this plan. We were going to, take this flight on a Sunday afternoon. I think it was during finals week, because you really didn't want to go.
No.
I had to twist your arm to go, and at the end you say, "I got to study." I'm like, thinking, man,
that sounds like Mom.
Yeah. She just didn't want to go, but she went, and we flew over. We flew over Smith Mountain Lake for one.
Yes.
And we saw the dam and everything. And we flew back, and we flew over the children's home. And when we flew over, the kids unraveled these massive signs that said, "Vickie, will you marry me?" And I remember that now. We're talking about just like it was yesterday. And, and she started crying and saw the signs and said yes. And I always said,
I didn't have a choice. I was awfully high up.
That's right. If you said no, you were gone, put on the parachute, you're out of here.
Yeah.
But,
and then we had our reception there with the children as well. It was really wrapped around his ministry with foster kids, and which, had my heart as well. And we ended up getting married, and 6 months later. And we had our reception so the children could come to our reception. I felt like Cinderella that day because I had all these children wanting to hold my hand and all these things. So the Presbyterian home, which is now Humankind. Was a very big part of our lives, and it just happens to be right across the street from Oakwood Country Club.
And again, it was part of my life every day.